Now let us do some questions. The first question is we have to solve this linear equation. Now solving means we have to find out the solution of the equation, and what is the solution? The value of variable that will satisfy the equation is the solution of the equation. And how do we find that out? We will find that out using the rules that we have learnt. So let us start. We have seen that on the left hand side we have y minus 3 and on the right hand side we have 5. So we have to find out the value of y in this case. Now what we can do, I'll teach you two ways to do this. Y minus 3. Now you can add the same number to both sides, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add 3 on both sides. If I add 3 on both sides, this will become y. Because minus 3 and plus 3 have become 0 only, I am not writing them. On the right hand side we have y equal to 5 plus 3, that is equal to 8. So now y has come equal to 8. Either you can use these rules or you can use the transposition, that is y minus 3 equal to 5. Now if you are using the second method, this was the first one. If you are using the second method, that will be done like this. Y will be equal to 5. Because I want to take this 3 to the other side, the minus term or the term that was getting subtracted will get converted into the added term with the plus sign. So the minus 3 will become plus 3 when I transpose it to the other side, and it will come out to be 8. Now by both the methods you have got your answer the same way. So you can use any of them, whichever you find easier. The second one is solving this. Now again this has a left hand side and a right hand side. First of all we should start solving this according to the BODMAS rule that says that you have to solve the brackets first. So to open the brackets we will multiply 3 with x and 3 with 4. Let us do it. 3 into x is 3x minus 3 into 4 is 12. This is equal to 5 into 1 and 5 into x, because that is how we open the brackets. Now 5 into 1 will give you 5 only, and minus 5 into x will give you 5x plus 7 as it is. Now you have all the terms, you have left hand side also and you have right hand side also. You can either keep on adding and subtracting the same numbers, multiplying and dividing the same numbers, and you will get the value, or you can use the transposition. I am using the transposition method because that reduces my number of steps. You can use any of them. Just see, I will take all the variable terms to one side and all the constant terms to the other side. So now I have taken 3x on this side only. Now minus 5x will come to this side, will become plus 5x because I am transposing it. The minus gets converted to plus, equal to 5 remains as it is, 7 remains as it is on this side. I am getting 12 from that side. Because it was getting subtracted, this side it will get added. So now we have 3x plus 5x on left side, and on the right side we have 5 plus 7 plus 12. So on left hand side we get 8x equal to what is 12 plus what is 5 plus 7? It is 12 plus 12. Now on solving the right hand side we get 24, and on left hand side we have 8x. Now for finding the value of x, I should get rid of this 8. So what do? I will take 8 to the other side, and because 8 was getting multiplied here, when I transpose it to the other side, it will get divided. Now we have the common factors to both, that is 8. We will divide them with the same number and we will get 8 3s as 24 and 8 1s as 8. So now x comes out to be 3. Right? So now x is equal to 3 is the solution for this equation. Moving on to the third question. Here also we are going to solve this equation. It looks a bit more complicated because here we are having fractional form of the equation. It's very simple. The fractional form is to be reduced by using the LCM method that we have learned. So we are going to calculate the LCM for both the fractions. Here the denominators are 3 and 4. So the LCM would be of 3 and 4, that will be 12. You can find that out. 3 and 4's LCM will be 12. So I'll write out the 12 in the denominator. 3, how much is 12? 3 into 4 is 12, and we write the numerator as it is, minus, what is 4 into what number will give you 12? 3 times, and you write the numerator as it is. Now on solving this, we should get 1 by 6. Further, moving on, we will open up the brackets now. So we multiply the term with both the terms in the brackets. So 4 into 4x becomes 16x minus 4 5s is 20 minus 3 into 3x is 9x. Now minus into plus will become minus, and 3 2s are 6 over 12 is equal to 1 by 6. Now here please pay attention, we are getting an equation in the form of fraction. Don't get worried, just follow it step by step. Now 16x and minus 9x can be written together because they are like terms, and we are getting it as this. So now we can simplify this further. What is 16x minus 9x? That will be equal to, what is 16 minus 9? That is 7. You write 7x, right? And minus 20 minus 6 becomes minus 26 upon 12 equal to 1 by 6. Now these cannot be solved any further. So what you can do? You can now cross multiply, right? So when cross multiplying is done, you get 6 into 7x minus 2x and 12 into 1. So on cross multiplication we have got this. So again we have to open the brackets. 6 7s is 42x minus 6 into 26, 6 6 are 36 and 3, 6 2s are 12, 13, 14 and 15 is equal to 12. Now again solving further, we get 42x equal to 12 minus 156 transposed to the other side becomes plus 156. This is equal to 8, 6, 1, and now x will be equal to 168 over 42. Because 42 was getting multiplied, we can solve them further by dividing them with the common factor, that is 4. What do we get? 42 upon 21. Still they can be solved further with the common factor 21. So on dividing them with the common factor, we would get equal to 2 upon 1, that is equal to 2. So that means what is the value of x here? The value for x here that we have got is x is equal to 2, which is the solution of this equation. So this is how we can use the different methods. There is no such particular rule that you have to add or subtract or multiply in this case. It depends on your choice which rule you want to apply and after which rule.